Hello students, welcome to CD Learning Hub. Today we are going to start chapter 13, The Value of Work of NCERT Class 6 Social Science. Let us start the chapter with a line by Swami Vivekananda. When you are doing any work, do not think of anything beyond. That means when we are doing a particular type of work or activity, we should not think of anything beyond that. Do it as a worship, as the highest worship. We should do as if we are worshipping the work and devote your whole life to it for the time being. We should devote our whole life to it, to the work, at least for the time being. Then only we will be able to value the work. And that is the title of the chapter, The Value of Work. Now, classification of activities. We can classify different activities into two categories: economic activities and non-economic activities. What are economic activities? Activities that involve money. That means those activities which are done in return for money are called economic activities. Exchange for money is owed. On the other hand, non-economic activities involve no income or wealth. It is done out of feeling, love, care, respect, etc. For example, a mother cooking food for her family is an example of non-economic activity. She doesn't get monetary money in exchange of the work she has done. So it is categorized as non-economic activities. So we have got that human activities can either be economic activities or non-economic activities. Now, let us discuss in detail about economic activities. Activities performed in exchange for money. We have earlier just told that activities performed in exchange for money are called economic activities. For example, farmers selling produce, truck driver transporting goods, workers in a car factory. In all the three examples that I have given here, these people perform the work in exchange for money. So it is called economic activities. Some of the key terms that are associated with these economic activities are market, fee, money sold. So what is market? A place to exchange goods, services, usually for money. Market is a place where goods are exchanged for money. Goods, or we may include services also. Now, fee, payment for professional advice. For example, doctor, lawyer, teachers, etc. Doctors, lawyers, teachers, etc. provide professional service, and in exchange for this service, they are paid. So that payment is called fee. Money is owed. Value placed on an object based on its benefit. An object is valuable. That is determined by the benefit one derives from that object. That is called money is owed. Value placed on an object based on benefit. An object is valuable or not, it is determined by the benefit one derives from that object. Now, non-economic activities. Non-economic activities do not generate income or wealth. They are driven by gratitude, love, care, respect, etc. For example, parents cooking food for family, helping children with homework, youth taking care of grandparents, family renovating the house together. So, in all these activities that I have discussed, they are not paid in terms of money, so they are included in non-economic activities. Now we are going to discuss a case study of Rohan given in your textbook. Rohan does job on the weekdays and on the weekend he volunteers himself in some other activities. He does job as a software engineer, works in a company, gets salary, and it is an example of economic activity. On the other hand, on the weekend, he volunteers at college, teaches computer skills to students, and in exchange for that service, he receives no money. So, this is an example of non economic activity. Now, modes of payment. As far as economic activities are concerned, the person who does economic activities they derive salary, that is fixed regular payment, generally paid monthly. It is paid by the employer to the employee. In the textbook, two examples are given of Gitu auntie and Kavya auntie. They get regular salary because their job are included in economic activity. People also derive fee. What is fee? A payment for professional advice or services. For example, doctor, lawyer, or tuition classes, etc. Thirdly, people also derive wage. So, what is wage? Payment for a specific period or daily work. Normally, laborers are paid wage. For example, Sahil, a farm laborer tilling land, he is paid wage in exchange for his work. Payment can be also done in kind. It includes non-cash payment, is receiving goods or services instead of money. For example, in this example, Sahil gets cash as well as mangoes for his work, and mangoes are included in the category payment in kind. Now, we are going to discuss a concept, value addition. So, what is value addition? Economic activities add value at each stage of transformation or each stage of production. For example, in your book, an example is given where Rajesh, a carpenter, bought wood owed rupees 600 and he uses his skill, time, and tools to produce a share, and he sold the share for rupees 1000. So, what is the value addition here? So, so value added is equal to selling price minus cost price. 1000 minus 600, which is equal to 400. So, what is the value of Rajesh's effort? It is 400. So, let us now see whether the following activities adds value or not. For example, in number 1, baker baking cake. Yes, baker baking cake is an example of value addition because the baker purchased the raw materials and then prepared the cake and it adds value to it. So, it creates value addition. Tailor stitching clothes. Yes, it is also an example of value addition because the tailor, after he has purchased the cloth, he prepares a variety of dresses that adds to its value. Parents cooking dinner is not an example of value addition because it is not an economic activity. Only economic activity creates value addition. So, as it is not an economic activity, so it does not create any value addition. Doctor treating patients. Yes, a doctor applies his knowledge and skill to treat patients and he has created a value addition. Taking care of sick grandparents. It is not an economic activity, so it does not create value addition. Now, importance of non-economic activities. Non-economic activities are also very important. Non-economic activities are seva or selfless services, contributing to society without expecting anything in return. For example, langars. What are langars? It is a community kitchen at the gurudwaras. This community kitchen provided food free of cost to the people who arrived at the gurudwara. Moreover, temples, mosques, churches distributing food are also examples of non-economic activities. So what are its benefits? It fosters satisfactions. People derive satisfaction by doing such types of non-economic activities. It also develops a sense of gratitude among them. Next, community participation. Community efforts such as Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and Van Mahotsav are also examples of non-economic activities. In Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, citizens come together to clean streets, parks, etc. So, what does they derive by cleaning the streets, parks? They derive satisfaction and a clean nation. Similarly, in Van Mahotsav, which is the festival of forest, where tea plantation drives are undertaken by the citizens, it creates awareness and conservation and helps to make the earth clean and green. Now, festivals and social welfare. Why do they matter? Although it is a non-economic activities, festivals and social welfare activities are of great importance in a society. People gather, decorate, cook, and serve food during the festivals. Even without money exchange, this creates value. It increases social welfare, personal well-being, and overall quality of life. So, we are summarizing the chapter. We have discussed that there are two types of categories: economic activities that involve money and non-economic activities that does not involve money. Next, we have discussed the concept of value addition, in where we have discussed how skill and efforts increases the monetary value of a raw material. After that, we have discussed the quality of life, how non-economic activities are essential for happiness and society. So the whole chapter can be summarized with the help of this slide. Human activities are of two types: economic and non-economic. Economic activities, the goal of economic activities is to earn money and it increases value addition. In economic activities, people derive salary, wage, fee, or kind. Whereas the primary goal of non-economic activities are love, care, etc. It increases social welfare. Examples: people performing work in their home or volunteer services. So, with this, we have come to the end of this chapter. Thank you.